with you for our regular 4:30 Wednesday date. So we can do 30 minutes of gentle exercise, standing, seated, maybe on the edge of your bed, and then we will move to a lying down position on your bed, on the floor, wherever you're comfortable. The beauty of doing this at home is you can take your time in those transitions when you're moving from one position to another, and I never want you to rush that. Always take your time. Like I said, this is the beauty of doing it in your own home. So let's get started. Take care of your body. Listen to what it's telling you. If anything I'm doing doesn't feel right, you can either, oh, screen's gone blank, what's going on? You can either, hello again, you can either leave that move out, you can put something in the comments for me so I know for you for next time. I try and put lots of suggestions in, but yeah, I can't always think of everything. You might need to prompt to tell me. Hello, Jackie. Hi, nice to see you, part of my regular crew. Hello, Irene, nice to see you as well. I'm going to get you both started, and anyone else who's here, starting with a little shake the tree, a little jiggling, a little wiggling. Hello, Barbara, lovely to have you too. So for some people, they don't like to shake too hard. I don't like to shake too hard. I'm sort of like a wiggler. Some people like to shake really hard and really go for it, you know, so just go, you do you, go for what feels right. But it's one of those where maybe you just imagine that no one's watching and you can just give everything a little bit of a shake. You can move your feet around, you can do the seated. We're just trying to get the energy flowing all around our body. You might even dare to close your eyes if that feels safe. You might be doing a little bit of waist rotation, or you might want to go for a sort of wiggly walk. I know it feels quite silly, but there's a bit of energy going through your body now. If you're tiring, you know you can stop. If you can keep it going just a moment longer, a few more seconds, it's worth it for those tingles. You may have heard of silent discos where people have got the headphones on, they can hear the music, no one else can, and then you can dance to what you can hear. You're not worrying about everyone else. And then just start to slow. Let everything settle. You won't stop all at once. Your body will just keep swaying. Some of that energy is still going. Keep your eyes closed if it feels good. And then tune into your feet. Sitting bones, your bum, a bit of your bum if you're seated, and just gradually come to a pause, and then grow a little taller, just letting your breath settle. You might want to do some arm circles, just taking it up and out, breathing it in as we come up, and out as the arms move out. You can even give your fingers a wiggle on the next one. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. And then hands on your hips or a hand on the belly, hand on the back. We're going into pelvic tilts. So this is how it looks. What's going on, what's the mechanism in case this is your first time. So we're going for standing. Take your breath in. As you breathe out and you feel your belly deflate a little, start to lengthen your back. It can feel like you're trying to tuck your bum under a little bit, but I don't want to encourage you to really squeeze or grip your bottom with the bottom muscles. I like this quite relaxed. So a lengthening here. And then we'll take it the other way, like you're trying to stick your bum out a little bit. See, my hand is on the back. I like to feel the shape change. Breathing out and breathing in. Out and in. Last one, make it smaller. Out and in. And now you're somewhere in your sort of Goldilocks position. So we're going to take it in circles. Now, if you're standing, I'd like to keep this part of your body above the high waist still. If you're seated, I'd like to put your hands here, Don't worry about keeping your body still. You've got the chair stopping your bum from having a bigger range of motion, so the rest of your body is to have it. That's it. Trying to get nice fluid circles. It's a bit like hula hooping. And then pause. And you're going to take it the other way. I'm going to give you the side view so you can see when I'm at this bit, bum is sticking out. As I come forward, we get that coming underneath. I'm exaggerating it slightly, but you can see what happens right up here. That's it. I keep losing a little bit of picture with you. I don't know. I don't think the problem is my end somewhere. There might be a little bit of an issue. So apologies if you're losing pictures for a moment. Let me know in the comments if anything's happening for you. I'm just going to keep on going. Right, now we're going to grow taller. And you can imagine I've just placed a crown on top of your head that can keep you really tall. And feeling like you've got a really long neck and maybe some extra chins. Right, from here, we're going to bring the arms up into this L shape. And I want you to squeeze slightly from here. You can even give yourself a little tickle just under here, a little tickle just under here, and then this very gentle squeeze back. If I show you from the front, nothing's happening between my hands, and it's a really small movement. You might feel something around your shoulder blades. Last one. Just leave your arms there. Turn your head from one side to the other. One side to the other. And then we do the same again. These little squeezes. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, this small squeeze back. Breathing in, they come forwards. Out, they come back. We're not trying to open across here. It's all about this sensation down here. And then let your arms swing. And then we're going to do something more fluid for our neck. So I think I'm going to take it in infinity circles with the tip of my nose. I say infinity circles, it's like a loop, isn't it? Like a figure eight on its side. And if you can let your mouth just slightly open, just to relax your jaw. And now I'm making mine bigger. You might make yours bigger. You might want to keep yours the size you're already at. It depends on your neck and any issues you might have. If you've got things at the top of your neck, at the top of the cervical spine, it might be that you want to go very, very small movements. So really tune into what you need. You know your body best. And then coming back to the center, looking ahead, and let's give our circles a roll. Shoulders a roll, shoulders a circle, but definitely not our circles a roll. And then let's take that into elbow circles. So you might want your hands here, or you might be doing it this way with your fists sort of a little freer. So you're drawing circles backwards with your elbows, and you're letting your body turn, let your legs move. You might get a few clicks and cracks. I can hear mine going. Just normal parts of movement. You just get more of them as you get older, I think. Maybe the body just makes more noise. And then coming back to the center, I'm just going to check anything on here. Nothing else coming through, so I hope you're all still seeing me. Let's plant our feet downwards. So we're going for a slightly wider stance then when we align ourselves and look down, and I normally say to you, imagine a book between your feet. Oh, you've had some trouble getting in, I see, Jean. I'm glad you're there. I think there might be some signal issues. I'm not sure which end it's at, but you're here. I'm glad you're here. Right, so you've got your feet a little bit wider. If you're seated, I'd like to place your hands here. If you're standing, out to the side, but not too tense, not like ramrod straight armed, just outwards for a bit of balance. We're going to lean forwards and backwards. If you're seated, it looks like this. And just pressing into your feet as you do this. That's it. And then going into circles. So it's either circles on the soles of your feet or circles on your sitting bones. If things get too tense, stop and have that little shake out like we did at the start. we're going to change directions anyway. That's it. And then we're going to have a pause. And let's take our feet closer together now. So now I do want you to think about that paperback book between your feet. Your feet are facing forwards and parallel. We've been a bit more in touch with our feet. We can give our toes a little up and down if you like and wriggle them about. You can't see mine from there. You can see a little bit of them then, trying to spread them outwards. Let's take one arm forwards and up. I'd like you to extend that arm so it's as long as it can be. And as you go up, take it slowly and see how close you can get it to your ear. So my shoulder at the moment on that side doesn't want to go too close. This side is going closer. So listen to what the different sides of your body are telling you. There's definitely more restriction for me on this side. This side's feeling a bit free. It's normally the other way around, so I don't know what's been going on. That's it. Now let's do both arms together. That's it. And as you do this, I want you to keep growing tall. So you might feel a little bit of action in your legs or in your bottom. You might feel your tummy just getting a little bit tighter just from that growing tall. And then we're going to start to take our arms softly outwards. Turn your palms downwards, wriggle your fingers. So forwards. Now we're bending, take them outwards, turn the palm downwards. You can see my arms are going a little bit behind. I've got that range of motion. Go to where your range of motion is. And if you're hypermobile, you want to be able to look around and see your hands on each side. If you get to the point where you can't see where your arms are going at all, it's probably too far. Last one. And then back down to our feet. Just going to move backwards a little so you get a better view. So the feet are facing forwards. We're going to heel raise both our feet together. Your arms might want to come out to the side. That's it. And we're going up and down. Now, if when you get up here, this happens, don't go up there. Go a little lower. Choose a stable place. Just up and down. Next one's different. Up, down. Now we're going to bend our knees as if we're sliding down a wall. If you're sitting, I want you to hinge forwards. So if you're sitting, it's going to look like this. And you can see my head is not dropping and bowing. It stays with my back. And you can go as far forwards as you comfortably can. Standing, arms helping us for balance, sliding down a wall. So we're not going forwards. We're just imagining that wall behind us. That's it, going, oh, that's as low as I can go on that one. And then I'm going to add extra bits in. So if you're sitting, this is how it's going to look now. So heels up, coming forwards. Now let one knee go out to the side and onto the side of the foot. The other knee stays like this. Next time it'll be the other leg. If you're standing, up, down, knee bend, hands on hips, or you might be touching something to help the balance. Leg out to the side, foot forwards. Back to the beginning. Heel raise, knee bend, leg out to the side. Keep going. Sitting, heel raise, hinge forwards. One knee sways out to the side. Heel raise, hinge forwards. The other knee goes out to the side. Keep going. We're just going to do a few more. There's such a lot in this one. Up we go. Down. Out. And I think we're coming up to the last one. And then give everything a little bit of a wiggle. If you're sitting, I'd like you to slide your hands on your thighs and let your waist turn. Your head goes with your body. If you're standing, take your legs a little wider. Just start to gently let your arms turn around you like you're swishing beautiful warm water, perfect temperature, and then make it bigger. Make your arms reach bigger. They can go onto your body or they can stay in the air. If you're seated, make it bigger as well, as long as you're not crashing into anything, and you can take your legs wider for better balance. And we're moving our hips with us. Now, if you're seated, you don't move your hips as much just because you can't with the chair there. If you've got osteoporosis or osteopenia and you're doing this seated, you want your turn to be gentle. You don't want to force anything. So it's a freer movement, coming back to the center, slowing things down. That's it. And then bringing your feet back to parallel, closer together. I'm going to show you from the side. I'm going to start sending my hips back and forwards. My legs don't even bend at this point. If you're seated, it's that hinging forwards and back again. If you're standing, imagine that you're closing, because my drawers there, it's like there's an open drawer and I'm just closing it with my bottom. And then we can start to use our arms for this. I've got to get my arms in the right place. Going with the body. Couldn't quite work out where they're going. So it's a swishy sort of movement. And now if you want to bend your knees and you're standing, you can. If you're seated, you could take your legs wider. And everybody can do this little lean back, because it's a really nice, gentle back bend. And it's almost like you're sending your chest upwards a little bit. You need a bit more breath for this. And some people go really low and they let their hands sort of graze the floor. And we'll do a couple more. And then pause. Well done. We're going to move ourselves down to the floor. So I'm just going to shift all my camera things around, move my chair out of the way. You might want a cushion under your head. You're lying on your back with your legs bent. And we're going to need a bit of space all around us today. So just bear that in mind if you're getting onto a narrower surface or a bed. That's it. And just take a bit of time to settle yourself in. So you might have a little wiggle side to side. I think I need a little bit more light down here. I'm looking a bit dark. Let me just pop in an extra light there. That's it. That's better. So checking that your eyes are looking up at your ceiling. They're not looking behind you. If they are, you need something under your head, like a folded towel, or I've got a little mini cushion. We're going to take our arms out to the sides. Let's bring our feet and knees together, and then take your heels outwards, your toes forwards, and now let your knees part. So you're in a sort of classical relaxation position on your back for Pilates, really, this one. Arms outward with your palms up. And now just take a few breaths. Can you send them to your back? And I'd like you to send them across the width of your back. So it's like your back ribs are expanding and spreading out more on the surface beneath you. So take a breath in, feel them spread. And blow the air out. You can close your eyes if you want to. Breathing in, let those back ribs spread with the breath. And breathing out, that pressure just eases off. 2 more like that. Last one. And then slide your arms closer to your sides. We're going to work one side at a time. So I'm going to work this side, my right side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, slide your right leg down the mat or your bed and your right arm behind you. Your other side, I'd like to keep it still. Now this arm, you see mine's floating. It's not ready to touch the floor yet. Doesn't need to. It just wants to be stretched. Breath in. Breath out, slide back. Nice light touch on the floor. Breath in. Breath out, slide away. And as you breathe in, slide back. Now you might be aware of the other side having a bit of a wobble. That's okay. We're just trying to keep it as still as we can, but we're all human. One more like this. Now on your next one, I'm going to give you an option. When you slide the leg away, keep it in the air. So you're just sliding it through the air until it's as long as it can be, and then slide it back and place it down as your arm comes down the side. Breath in. Slide away in the air. This other side that's wobbling and trying to stay still, you can press your foot a little bit more into the floor, reaching your arm downwards on that side. Oh, I can feel a big wobble on that side then. And we're going to do 2 more after this. Really taking our time, really lovely quality movement. And whenever you want to close your eyes on these sorts of moves, I really welcome it. It really helps you focus on how things feel. And that's the last one on that side. Let your arms and legs both go outwards. And just a gentle rock either side with the legs. And then stretch them long. Give your ankles some rotations or some forwards and backwards movements if they can't rotate. Just any movements that you can get. That's it. And then bring your legs back. Bring your arms back. And we're going to the other side. So I'm going to my left side, which you'll see traveling through the air. Breath in. Breath out. Slide your left leg and your left arm away. Your right arm and leg are still. Breath in. Breath in and move your arm back and slide your leg back. And breathing out, slide them away. Breathing in, slide them back. You might notice differences on this side. Breathing out, slide away. Breathing in, slide back. Breathing out, slide away. Breathing in, slide back. The next one's different if you want it to be. You can carry on just as we are otherwise. Sliding through the air with the leg. Hovering it as long as it can be. And then hovering back. And then place your foot just lightly on the floor in between. We've got 2 more of these to do. This is the last one. And then take your arms out in a T shape and let your legs just gently sway from one side to the other. Your shoulders stay on the floor and your feet are staying on the floor, but you're just rocking onto the sides of your feet. And you can make this a slightly bigger movement. If you've got osteoporosis or osteopenia, I would let your legs have some distance from the floor rather than trying to take them all the way down, because otherwise that twist is just greater pressure and greater weight. And now on this next one, just turn your head in the opposite direction as your knees go one way and your head goes the other. Coming back to the center, and we'll go the other way. And then back to the center. we're going to roll onto our sides. Now, use cushions to make things comfortable. This is my preference. Some people like to cradle their head. Some people don't like a cushion. And sometimes I use more than one cushion if my shoulder is really uncomfortable or anything doesn't feel right. And I'm looking for a long line between the back of the head, the spine and the hips, and the soles of your feet. Legs are bent in this sort of triangle shape, and we're trying to stack the knees on top of the knees and the ankles on top of the ankles and squeezing them together. Now, it might feel a little rocky, like you're going to roll over. That's good. We want that. You can have a hand to steady you, or if you feel steady, place this hand here. Your belly needs a bit of tension to it to keep you here rather than rolling straight over. We're going to lengthen the top leg. And then we're going to bend it, but not have the legs together. Lengthen away, long foot. Bend it. Lengthen. Bend it. Just so it stacks on top of the other leg. And last one. We're going to leave it out there, long foot. Now you're going to kick it forwards, and it's hovering this distance from the floor. And now bring your toes towards your nose and take that heel back. It's going to go a little bit behind you. And we're trying not to wobble. Oh, that's as far as mine wants to go. Now we're going to point the foot. Coming forwards, might be this far, might be this far, might be a little further. But as soon as you start wobbling, gone too far. And then toes towards your nose. Bringing it back. Little bit behind you. Lengthen your foot, bringing it forwards. Toes towards your nose, taking it back. This is the last one. And then bring those legs back on top of each other and hitch them up towards you a little bit. So now that's more like you're sitting on an imaginary chair. You've got L-shaped legs. You might want to give a little rub. I'm going to change the position here, so that our elbows are pointing forwards and our hands around the back of the head haven't collapsed and curled in. They're just sort of parallel to each other, these elbow points. Now we're going to open this elbow up towards the ceiling and let our head roll back. You can open your legs at this point and just let yourself just roll back a bit more if that feels comfortable. And then bring it forwards. So the knees stack and the elbows are sort of opposite each other with this gap. Breath in. Breathing out. Open that elbow up towards the ceiling. Let your head roll back. Let the knees just start to open a little. You feel your body just roll back a bit. And then taking it forwards. We're going to go one more time. Elbow up to ceiling. Let the head roll a little. That's it. The knee up slightly, or maybe a little more. And then we're coming back. And then reach your arms so that you can bring yourself up. And we're going to take it the other way. So you might roll over to the other side or swap your legs around, which is what I'm going to do so you can see the whole thing. So getting your head comfortable. Your legs are bent in this triangle shape. Your head, shoulders, back of your bum, soles of your feet in line. Hand might be stopping you from rolling forwards, or if you feel steady, on your side. So just holding the hips. It's a good place because then you can feel if they rock backwards and forwards. Right, we're going to lengthen the top leg away from us and lengthen the foot as well. Try not to point my toes too much because I know I'll get cramp. You can also press this leg into the floor a little bit. Then bend the knee. And then press that leg away. Bend the knee towards you. And then press the leg away. And bend the knee towards you. Press the leg away. We're going to hold it there. So you've got this long toes. You're now all in one long line. We're going to gently bring this leg forwards. So you might stop here and think, this is enough. I feel like I'm rocking over. That's the place to stop. If you can take it further, you will do. Otherwise, we're all gonna, I've nearly forgot, toes towards my nose, flatten the foot, and take your leg first to this straight point, and then a little bit behind. Now we lengthen, bringing it forwards, thinking, where's the point where I'm losing control? This is about my absolute maximum. Now change the foot. Bring it back. Nice and slow. Lengthen. Taking it forwards. Find the point where you can hold it, and that's as far as you're going. Change the foot. Bringing it back. I think we're coming up to the last one. Lengthen the foot, bringing it forwards. Toes towards your nose, taking it back, little bit behind you. And then let your legs bend. Bring them up higher so they're in this L shape. Give anything a rub that needs a rub. And then we go into this cradled head position. So your hands are behind. Your elbows are parallel. I don't want your elbows to touch and get closer into squash in. We're just going to the sort of parallel gap. Your head normally acts as a natural spacer. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, elbow towards the ceiling, rolling back, your head just gently on your hands and the cushion or whatever else you're using here. And then you can let your legs open a little bit and then close up. So the elbows are stacked up again. Breath in. Breath out, elbow towards the ceiling. Rolling back. And then bring everything gently back. Last one. Breath in. Open the elbows. Roll the head. Let the legs just start to part. You might go back slightly further on this one if you feel comfortable to. And then rolling back, taking your hand down, pushing yourself to upright. And then bringing yourself to a seated position. Any comfortable seated position. Hand on your chest, hand low on your belly, and breathe in, sending your breath to your belly. And as you breathe out, feel your belly just pulling back and deflating a little. You might feel your heartbeat under your hand. And we'll do that a few more times, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then flutter your eyelashes open. Take your arms out to the side. Scoop up the air. Bring your arms in front of you. As high as you can go. It might be one arm if one side is super stiff. Just have a look at them. And then bring your fingers, bring your hands into your chest. Give yourselves a clap. Really well done. Some hard stuff with the legs there today. I hope it went okay for you. I'll see you again next week. Pleasure to be here as always. See you soon.